Hey, welcome to another Bullseye Billiards training session with me, Jeremiah Gage. We've got the version 3 app that will be available very soon. In fact, on Android Play Store, it's publicly available. It's still technically a beta test, but it's available to anyone now if you want to give version 3 a try. And I'll be submitting the newer version to the iPhone App Store very soon. So I'm excited to bring this newly designed app with a few more features. For iOS, it's mostly a redesign with a few extra things, but for Android, it's a huge bump, and there's going to be many more features coming down the line. But with that said, let's get into this recommended shot here. Finish what I started. Shot 150. It's a rail shot, kind of a fast speed. Probably on the harder side to land on the target. It's a bit of spin and distance here. So with that said, let's look at my previous performance here. We can see we've got all these legacy scores. And actually, just a real quick, one of the newer features in version 3 is I could take all these legacy scores and say migrate, and it will convert it to the new, it'll just group it. So like it's not changing any of the data, it's just grouping it better to a new training session. So I could see I've got this old training session here from 2023, and it groups it all nicely. And I could even share that, you could send a text message or just save it to your phone or share it on social media. So that's kind of neat. And you can add notes to training sessions as well. Not just old ones, but also the new ones, as you'll see. So let's start training here. Let's do a standard session and get into it. And hopefully the audio syncing is fixed. I did spend some time testing that again, but let me know if there's any issues with that. Miss. I'm gonna have to do a bit of adjustment. My cloth is still sliding because it's relatively new, but it's starting to get worn in. So I think with that, if I have more right spin, it's gonna open. It's gonna turn off of this rail, but it's gonna open up on this more. So I think it might be more top. Actually, I'm not entirely sure with how it's bending. Let's just play around with it a bit and see what works here. Yeah, I think that might work. There's a little bit more top, less left side spin. Barely got on. Yeah, if it's just barely rolling, it might clip that edge. But yeah, usually, I mean, it has to hit it at just the right angle for it to knock it on. Otherwise, the target works pretty much. I mean, it's better than anything you can get. I mean, I've seen some other older targets be too thick, and that doesn't work well. A lot of other ones crease up, so this is made of a high quality fabric. This might be tough on this equipment. I think the cloth is still a little bit too new to really do this ideally, but we'll just keep going. See, I'm trying to hit it thicker to get the right angle. Well, it's a good shot to practice, or to train with. Yeah, I think this is just a lot of speed, spin to speed. This is a high spin to speed ratio because I saw it with too much speed. It's gonna come off the rail too much. So I might have to start playing with the edges of the cue ball on this one, which can be tricky. I mean, this is top and right. So you can't just be like, oh, well, it's this much right and this much top, because they might actually get outside of that half ball miscue limit. You can't just add them together. You have to treat the cue ball like a circle as it is. That's getting closer. Ha! That was almost. Oh, that's almost about right. So the goal would be to see how much I can get it into here to see if I can come on this side. I don't know if that's going to be feasible, but that would be the goal, because then I know I can just dial it in. I can see why this shot is marked as a hard shot. Yeah, it's tough. The speed goes against me there. It's a lot of spin. There's a question of what spin. I'm using a touch of right. The right helps it off this first rail. But I feel like it's mostly top. And that's kind of the point. I mean, the diagrams in the app and the books just have a general guidance like top right or the aim or whatever. That's because every shot and every equipment plays different. It's up to you to really find exactly what works for that situation and that and your equipment. I think really it's just because the cloth is quite new still. It's still sliding a lot. So you just have to know, you have to know your equipment. This is shot number 150. I'm going to cheat here and go a little bit more to the left, about a quarter ball, to get it a little bit straighter. I think this will give me a better chance of getting on the target here. A little bit better. Cheat a little bit again. I want to use more almost straight top and see. I know it needs a little bit of right. There's less squirt, you know, if you don't use as much side spin, there's not as much squirt. Might actually be better. You know what? I'm going to do another just custom session here with 5 more attempts. I feel like I might be onto something with a little bit more top and not as much right. That does produce a better result. Oh, that is somewhat unexpected, actually. I guess that, you know, the recommended shot is showing me, you know, something that my intuition was just slightly off there on this shot. It is more top than the right. That's interesting. Slid out a bit, still not too bad. I feel like that is getting more towards the right line. All right. So, yeah, interesting there. A little bit of learning. Kind of feel like maybe not my best focus, a little bit rushed. Maybe could have done a bit better with the micro experiments to try to really figure out what's going on in this shot, but I was getting there. I'll skip the notes. I think I got it in my head. And this is another cool thing about the new version 3 of the app. You can see your different training sessions over time. So I can go in here and just look at that last one, or I can add the one before it and even the one before that. So it's kind of cool. You can see the progression, and even a little chart here. I guess I used to be better at this shot. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Keep practicing and